It's mostly level.
Yeah.
With something. Hey guys, welcome back to K&S Get Out. If you're seeing this before Thanksgiving, happy Thanksgiving. If you're seeing this after Thanksgiving, happy Thanksgiving. If you're not watching this anywhere near Thanksgiving,
happy Thanksgiving.
Oh, happy Thanksgiving. Just kidding. Today, it is a beautiful fall, spring.
Actually, it really feels like fall.
Yeah, instead of winter like we've had for the last week.
Yeah, what's the temperature out here?
I don't know. 105.
That's
50.
not true.
70.
53 with a high of 59. Doesn't get any better than that.
Got a little breeze coming through. I could complain about that, but you know, in all honesty, we're not complaining today.
No.
This is our Thanksgiving episode, and we're thankful for everything. The wind, the weather.
The sun, our pups.
The sun, the puppies, the land, you guys, all of them.
All of you.
We're thankful for all of you and this opportunity and the fact that you've come on this journey with us, whether to laugh at us, make fun of us, make fun with us, laugh with us, whatever you're doing, if you're enjoying it, that makes us happy, and we are so thankful that you guys are here. Speaking of being here, we are trying so hard to get the goats out here. Not only so that we can take them out of Dad's hair, because, well, I don't want them to lose all
They're
of it.
kind of a handful.
Well, they're definitely a handful.
Yeah.
They're like 2 handfuls.
That's true.
But also, Mr. Herc,
he needs friends.
he needs friends. And Nala doesn't play quite as hard as I think Herc really wants to. And I'm curious to see when Ouija and Mario get out here, how they do with him.
Yeah.
And if he's going to be able to stand up to Luigi, unlike Smokey.
I think he'll be able to.
So, the project, we started yesterday. We've got some footage, mostly time-lapse from yesterday.
Yeah.
Because we
had to work.
So much to figure out. We watched some more YouTube videos and read some blogs and things today. We'll roll back through some of that footage so you guys can see how we got here. Here's our progress so far, omitting the actual how. We'll just show them.
We'll just show you.
Yeah, we won't talk about the fact that it took us 6 hours to actually like get rhythm going.
To get a plan.
Did I say 6 hours? I meant 7. Shannon, love you, undecided wife. What?
Oh, you can't blame that all on me.
I'm indecisive. Undecided? Undecisive.
It's indecisive.
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 Into undecidedness.
Hey, what are you doing?
We are master carpenters. It is official. Shannon and I are really good at this, and it didn't take us all day to get as far as we did.
I don't even want to tell you what time it is, but the sun is setting.
Yeah, it ain't,
just put it that way.
It ain't coming up, people. I can promise you that. Hey, you know, it all goes back to how much experience you have doing this. We've done so many different things, and this is one of them. That have you ever built anything this large, like it's actually going to have a roof that you can get under?
No, I haven't built anything like this.
I'm gonna be real honest, I haven't done it with my hands either. I've always seen people do it, or
I've watched plenty of videos of it.
yeah, I've seen it on HGTV, but it didn't translate well. Well, we've got it level, and if you go up about 4 or 5 feet,
And plumb.
it is plumb. You're right, but those are also level, so we both win.
It's level and plumb.
Yeah. So if you go up there and raise your elevation a little bit and look out across the top of them, it's level. So the excavation was good, the grading was good, deck block's pretty good. You know, we had to throw out perfectionism at about what, lunchtime today?
Yeah.
Or no, you know what? We didn't throw out perfectionism. We had to compromise a little bit. We had to use a little bit of precision, perfectionism, and a little bit of wing it.
Wing it.
Precision. Both. Okay. Yeah, you guys see what we edit and put out there on camera, but Shannon and I had a lot of conversations today. It was good. It was great conversation. And this is what we've come up with. The 1,332nd iteration of the goat shelter.
And we finally have a plan now. So hopefully we'll be able to continue making progress pretty easily now.
Is it that we have a plan, or is it that we finally decided that maybe we shouldn't have a plan? Or it's just, yeah. Here's what we got, guys. We're gonna move on from that.
Makes sense to you guys?
Well, we're losing daylight, and I'm not gonna admit to you how long we've been doing this, but that's fine. This is coming along pretty well. Now, I think it's coming along great. What do you think?
I think it looks great.
We're gonna have the big opening over here. So we use these braces here. Basically on the bottom of each of these 2x6s, these braces sit like that. And then we screw 4 screws into the 4x4 and then 4 screws into the 2x6. And that way it's sitting and holding to the 4x4, but also utilizing the deck blocks for that vertical support. We thought, you know, it all had to be right angle, perfect, blah, blah, blah. Well, it's really, really good. It's not, you know, perfectionism perfect, but
it's not perfect. He doesn't want to say it, but it's not perfect.
But it's pretty darn close. And for
it's
a
really
goat
close
shelter,
and it's good enough.
Yeah, and it kind of dawned on us as we realized, you know what, we're not closing the whole thing in. So, you know, if it's not like perfectly whatever, the way that Shannon's going to put the siding on it, it'll have some flexibility to it. So the next steps that we're going to try to do here before it gets too dark, probably going to have to cut out and just time lapse it for you.
Yeah.
And then we'll pick back up tomorrow, but we are going to put horizontal supports at the midway point. And that way we can really plumb these up. We've got something down at the bottom holding them plumb, and then we've got something in the middle to just kind of do that final bit of plumbing, so that hopefully, like we learned with the shoe shack, by the time we get to the roof, it's all nice and even. So here's my preface. Remember, by the end of this video, we'll be at a certain, I don't know what stage we'll be at with the shelter by the time the video is done, but any comments, any criticisms, any advice, any expertise, it's too late.
Oh my gosh.
I'm just kidding. Tell us, but know that I'm probably not going to unscrew any of this or what we're going to have done by the end of this video unless it's just detrimental and, you know, could squish the goats.
Okay, so what he's telling you is if you have any advice for the future steps, let us know. By the way, we did take your advice, and this is going to have a dirt floor. We are no longer going to do a pallet floor or a wooden floor or whatever type of floor we were going to do. Not going to do it now. After much discussion again.
But that was the compromise, right? Get the dirt back in here, bring it up, kind of push it in around the edges, close the gap underneath, put straw on top, have a heyday. I'm just doing what I'm told, guys. Here's what today's goal was I wanted a skeleton for Shannon. I wanted to get her a skeleton of a frame, something sturdy, something that's not going to fall down on our heads. We will put a little pitch on this, so we're going to cut some of these back 4x4s off so that we can run the water back.
Okay, let's quit talking about it and get to work.
Okay, so we're going to do the horizontal mid supports?
Yes.
At least get all those up before the sun goes down.
Yes.
Let's do it. Look, check it. Don't get out your levels.
Hey, we did a pretty good job, I have to say.
I think so.
We have one post that needs to be plumbed a little bit more.
Did she say we? Did you say we did a good job?
Kyle did an awesome job.
No, I had the foreman here on the job who was like, is that how that's supposed to work? I was like, I don't know. Are you sure you're doing that right? Nope, not at all. Well, but should it be straight up? No, I don't think so. I think leaning is good. So this is we both, neither one of us have built something this large that needs to hold up a roof and, you know, block wind and things for goats. So
yeah, no, I've never built anything like this, but I'm really proud of us because we did pretty good.
Did we bite off more than we can chew?
Kyle did awesome.
I thought she was gonna say Kyle did. Yeah, I sure did. I should have done more research maybe, but you know, I don't know. Until you just do it, you're not gonna know. So we just did it, and now we know. We shouldn't have just done it.
Well,
I'm just kidding.
now we know we should have talked about our plan together ahead of time instead of me just picking out what I wanted to do.
Yeah, it's okay.
It's fine.
So let's take a look at it. Basically, I leveled this with Dad's tractor before we took it out. I graded it, and that is now level. Of course, it makes me wish I did that with the whole goat pen, but Dad's tractor was not the right tool for that, and that would have been.
I don't think it's necessary for the whole
I'm
goat
not
pen.
saying it's necessary. I'm saying I wish. I didn't say we should have, or we missed out by not. I'm saying I wish. I like level.
It's fine. They don't. Goats
We're not.
don't like
You don't
level.
need justify.
Goats don't like level.
Oh, they don't?
No, they like to run and jump and play.
Okay. Well, regardless, this is what we came up with. We got the deck blocks down there. We bought 6 of these treated 4x4s because the pole barn that we tore down only had 4x6s, and the squares in these deck blocks are for 4x4 posts. We got these little joist hangers. Probably didn't use them 100% correctly after watching some videos last night, but that's okay. It's mostly level
Yeah.
with something. No, it's not
So
bad.
basically,
So we've got all of this is constructed with the 4x4 posts. We've got 2x6s, the ones again from the pole barn we deconstructed. Got those all along the bottom at varying lengths. And no, those 4x4s are not on center across here. And we know that, and that's good, right? That was by design.
it was by design.
After the screws were in. By design, kind of.
Well, you know,
So,
things happen.
it's looking good. As you guys know, one of the projects on our project list is to get all of our lighting situated out here so that we have a little better visibility at night. But in the interim, I've told you before, I'm kind of a fanboy for Olight. Shannon and I are working with Olight, and they have a big Black Friday sale coming up over at the Olight store. We'll have some links below that will help our channel a little bit. So if you guys are interested, gifts for other people, tools for yourselves, go check them out. Good products. They sent over the Seeker 3 Pro. I asked them, I said, hey, I don't have a great light for broad visibility that just lights up the night in case old Herkster starts running off or something. So they sent this over. I've been able to test it. I love it. You guys know I've been carrying Olight for close to a decade. We use this guy. This is the DeWalt for our spotlight. Olight has a version of that. The Seeker 3 Pro specifically lights up a good area and throws a fairly long beam, but it's really more for proximity. If you notice in our time lapse from last night, you'll see there's some lights flashing around and everything. That was this guy with multiple brightness levels and a proximity sensor, so as we get closer to the screws and things, it doesn't blind you. Got a lot of technology packed into these little guys. So this helped us out last night, and I think it could help anybody else out living out here in the sticks. And all of this stuff is pretty affordable. So especially on these Black Friday sales, go take advantage of it. Pick something up, use our links below. Depending on how much you spend, they're giving away a keychain light, which Chad gave me one for Christmas a long time ago, and that thing has been on my keys since then. I love your flashlight on your phone, but sometimes you don't even have your phone, and it's really handy to have it on your keys. So check that out, see what the gifts are, but I've yet to be disappointed by anything I've gotten from Olight. Good company. I think if you guys gift these to anybody for the holidays, they'll appreciate it as well. So Chad over at Adler Farms, older brother, Dad over at Grandpa Adler Farms, Dad, they seem to be able to throw things like this together in no time flat. In fact, I think Chad just built about 4 of these in one video or 2 videos, I don't know. And it looks great, he did a killer job. And I don't know which steps I'm getting hung up on that caused me to take so stinking long.
All of it.
But I'm working on it. That being said, I think this is gonna be functional. We need this to hold a roof. It's gonna do just that. Those are all about the same height because we leveled it down here. But we are going to construct a kind of a lean-to roof over the top of this so the water runs off back toward us here. And then someday maybe rain catch me for watering them goats.
Yeah, that'd be great. You should jump on that.
Yeah, I'll start now. I should have it done by 2024. No big deal. But today, what are we doing today? Well, we've got to get it ready so that Shannon can put her siding on it. We're trying to recycle as much as possible. So we're using the pallets that we got, which we have a ton of, and we're using a lot of that lumber that we got from the pole barn deconstruction that we did. I think the only thing so far that we've had to purchase are some 2x4s that'll come into play today, the hardware to join everything, and then the deck blocks, and the rest of it's all recycled.
Yeah, and the screws.
And the screws, those are not recycled. We'll have to buy a little bit more to get the roof done, but working from the ground up, trying to keep it nice and level, and get it structurally sound, and then roof it.
Yes.
You ready to get going?
I'm ready. Let's do it.
Okay, we're gonna do some additional supporting, see if we can't do a little more leveling, and we'll try to get some time lapse of it.
I think it's plumb. Make it more plumb.
I'm never gonna get plumb to just come out of my mouth first. I know, plumb, level. Technically it's all kind of the same thing, right? You want the bubbles between the lines. Plumb it, level it.
Hey, it looks like you've been working over here.
About time. I have, man. I tell you what, this has been the biggest learning experience as far as building and things. You know, I feel like I say that about every phase of what we've done out here, and it's true because we've never done this stuff before.
Well, because it's all new.
Yeah, so this is taking way longer than it should take any human to do it. Anybody that's done it before, at least. But, you know, I'm learning as I go.
Our next shelter or our next structure will be faster.
It will. It will probably be a little less robust too. This has turned out to be overbuilt, over sturdy in a good way. We don't want it collapsing on us or the goats or Herc, but you know, it's all just been a part of the learning process. And you know, we took it the extra step to grade it and get it all level and stuff, but it's really coming along nicely. Shannon and I started out today trying to figure out how she was going to attach her outer planks that's going to provide the siding for this, so that way in the winter time it can block enough of the wind and everything to help keep them warm enough, but then in the summertime it still has enough flow so that they're not getting too hot and they're not, you know, getting a little bit of breathability.
Not utilizing it.
Yeah, and I've kind of thought about some ideas for, you know, like hinging a piece of those, kind of attaching and make little doors, so in the summertime we could open them, let more of that breeze through or something. But you know,
who's making things more complicated now?
Hey, it ain't happening right now. This is wintertime, so right now we're just sealing it off. But yeah, between each of the sides over there I put 2x4s vertically, and so I did 3 on the short sides over here and over there, and then I did 4 over here along with 3 down there. So that definitely added some rigidity, but also gives Shannon a great face to be able to screw those planks into.
Oh, I'm not screwing them. I'm going to use the brad nailer.
Yeah, I'm getting tired of using screws. I'm about ready to go buy myself a nail gun.
So I honestly don't really know that I want to tell Kyle how many planks of wood it's going to take to cover the outside of this.
Wait.
But I kind of did the math last night.
Wait. Back up a little bit. Yesterday we had a conversation and I said, honey, you want to put planks around that thing. Do you know how many that's going to be? That's a lot of planks. So we're still going to see how that plan pans out, but I told her I'd give her the frame and the skeleton with a flush face that she can screw into. And that's where we've gotten today, at least on the lower half. What I may still do, as if it needs it, for the opening over here, we'll come this way. It's kind of nice that it's hard to get in here now. That means we've actually kind of closed it in a little bit.
Yeah.
But this is the opening. It's going to basically be like a cased opening. You know, I don't know, we don't really have a need to frame it any smaller because all of our wind comes from this direction. So I'm not too concerned with it letting any whipping winds in or anything like that. However, we obviously lose our structural rigidity over here. I like that word. I'm going to keep using
rigidity.
it. Rigidity. Because I don't have a support yet going this direction. But what we've done is we cut these back 4x4s down so that we will have the proper pitch of the roof that we want coming from front to back, and all that water can run off the back. Right now you see I've got the two 2x4s laying across those 4x4s as like a top cap or a header or whatever you would call it. I think it's a top cap. We're not going to go that route. I think that's a waste of lumber. I think because we're not really supporting, you know, another floor or a large heavy load above it, we're just going to use more of the braces that we already have and our 2x6s that we already have, and we're going to put those up here, and that'll give us a third horizontal support as well as something for us to frame our roof onto. So I feel really good about the base down here.
I do too.
But I'm looking very forward to getting some kind of bracing up higher going this direction, just to kind of see what it does to our opening and get those 2x6s down in there.
Yeah, and I may have you add a few more braces in here just to
like
be
verticals?
able to verticals just to be able to nail my boards to. But
well, I was thinking about taking some of my scraps and doing some diagonal supports. You know, they don't necessarily, I'm not gonna like triangle them and go from perfect corner to perfect corner, but you know, I could do one here, I could do one here, and that gives a little bit more stability this direction.
yeah,
Which really, I mean, I'm so pleased with it. You telling stories, bud, because we're talking? Are you barking at the sawhorse? He says, what is that thing? Are you barking at the sawhorse? Did you not want me to put the sawhorse out there? Tell it who's boss.
he's like, that doesn't go there.
He is so funny. So we have been blessed with awesome weather today, but now the sun's starting to dip down below the trees. I had to put the fleece back on because it's starting to get a little cool, but I want to keep trucking along. I want to see if I can get these 2x6s across, and then we're also going to run the 2x6s at this same level, since it's, as you can see, about 6.5 feet, maybe a little bit more, but we're going to run those across here the same way so that we have that third layer of horizontal supports all the way around. And then we'll basically just frame the lean-to roof above it. And that way we'll have 2x6s up there as well. And then we'll cut our, I think they call them bird's mouth, the little triangles in the side of the wood, you know? Mm-hmm. Cut some bird's mouth and get our lean-to going.
Awesome. You've done awesome, babe. I am so proud of you.
Well, you know,
Thank you very much.
I'm sure we're going to hear about some of it as far as some of the things I've done a little funky, a little different, or way wrong, but I'm 100% sure this thing ain't coming down. And by the time I'm done with it, if I feel like it's got any wobble, wiggle, wind, you know, it's not going to be wind resistant enough, oh, I'm going to make sure it is. I'm just going to start screwing boards and putting up supports and all the different things. But
so I do have to say, a lot of people have kind of questioned putting the shelter on the outside of the pen and kind of questioning why we're not putting it on the inside. Well, now that you see how tall it is, for one, we don't have to worry about the ghosts jumping on top of it. That was a design from the beginning to make it large enough so that Kyle can walk in without bumping his head.
that's important.
That's important. So the other thing is, we didn't want to take up this much space on the inside of the pen because it's not that big to begin with. So we just felt like it was a little bit more functional to have it on the outside. We have the space on the outside of the fence. So that's what we did.
No, I think this is perfect because what we plan to do is we're going to take this panel out, the whole thing. She's going to side this guy here, and then I'll probably chop up this panel a little bit and we'll use it to close the gaps between the post and the corner post here, and then my T-post and the corner post there, because obviously we leveled this guy. We did not level the goat pen.
Yeah.
So we'll make up with a little bit of the oddity, the weird angles there, because this is obviously, we can cut it however we need to. Man, I'm very excited about it.
I'm super excited, babe.
I don't, you know, guys, I'll be honest, we're 2 days in. That's on the framing part alone. Given the part that we did with the grading and getting the blocks all leveled and everything, I think I spent about a full day on that with the tractor, and it was a lot colder that day, so I was moving a lot slower. But hopefully, if we keep this up, I mean, this right here, this would be perfect for a shed as well.
Yeah.
So if we can replicate this up there where the ground is already level by the camper, only learning from my mistakes, then I think I can get a good storage shed in no time flat. In
Awesome.
fact, I don't know if you can tell in the time lapse, but I was having a tough time with these braces not leaving a gap in here. And what it was doing was pushing my 4x4s away from me a little bit, and they were actually going out of plumb. That's right.
Good job.
And I was able to go ahead and kind of disassemble these. In fact, this one I had to replace the brace and get one that I could get more flush to the wood and then hold it a little better as I screwed it in. So every single step of the way, I've learned something, and I feel like this is going to translate very well to our future projects, and hopefully not have to spend 4, 5, 6, 7 days on them. Because Chad seems to be able to put 3 or 4 of these up a day, and challenge accepted. Chad can do it.
There you go.
Maybe I can do it, right?
Yeah.
I don't
And
know.
in the meantime, while he's been working on all the framing and everything, I have been over there disassembling pallets. A lot of pallets. But I now have enough boards to be able to do the siding. I just have to remove the nails still. But we're getting there. We're getting closer. One day at a time. That's how we have to work on things.
That was our team meeting this morning. We had to remind Herc that he's still got some growing to do, one day at a time. And until he's a little better behaved, then for most of our project, he has to stay in his pen.
Yeah, I mean, him and Nala got to play for quite a while. They're both pretty exhausted, but...
Yeah, I know we have some people chomping at the bit to get them goats out here. Well,
and we are too.
Yeah, no more than Shannon and I promise. Maybe Dad, I don't know. But this guy, we get Nala out with him, he and her, we're outside all day. I mean, this is what we're doing. This is what we do all day. And so he's got plenty to do. In fact, we wore him out so much so he was taking a nap over there while I was swinging the hammer and running the drill and everything. So,
which says a lot. Yeah,
we're taking extra time to make sure that he's getting to burn energy, he's having a good time, he's not feeling lonely. And I promise guys, he does not feel lonely. If he could have sister out here all the time, he would, but
yeah, she doesn't want that though.
We have to ration it or he will wear himself too thin.
Yeah.
All right, well, I'm gonna put those 2x6s up and get her ready for hopefully framing the roof tomorrow.
That'd be awesome. Good job.
I love you, buddy. You gonna keep helping me? That's a good boy.
Hey, good work today.
Thanks. It's actually way darker out here than the camera makes it look, but we have special settings to turn that up, so sorry if the focus isn't working. Another day in the books. Another long day in the books. I'm gonna have to get faster at this building stuff, but in the interim, I'm just gonna keep learning.
Hey, you'll get faster as you go.
Yeah.
It's a learning process.
Yeah.
Kyle's killing it.
Thank you. We now have the top horizontal supports all the way around it so that it's a lot more rigid now. It's dinner
sturdy.
time. I'm starving. It's very sturdy, but look at this, guys. It's looking pretty good.
I'm pretty excited about this.
I am too.
Good work. I'm so proud of you.
I'm gonna put more vertical supports in there, things for Shannon to be able to attach her planks from the pallets onto. But now we finally got the horizontal over here, kind of keeping this guy plumb, that guy plumb. All of it is pretty stinking level considering we came from the ground up. There's very little deviation from center along the top. Very happy about that. This is not gonna be, you know, I've got it above that just for me, for my height. That's about 6'6", but if we put stuff in the flooring and I got tall boots on or whatever, I don't want to be cracking
We don't
my
want to
skull.
make Kyle duck.
Yeah.
He already has to do that enough in the camper as it is.
Yeah. So tomorrow we'll come out. I'm going to give Shannon some more of those vertical pieces, and then I got to start planning the roof. I got to figure that part out. We're just going to go for it.
Hey, I have full faith in you.
So yeah, the lean-to, the front of the roof, it's going to be a little bit higher than where I can reach here. The pitch is going to be plentiful for pushing snow and water and everything back. I got to get a little bit more lumber for the roof, but I also got to go get my ladder. Hopefully, we can at least get the full frame of this thing done, and then you can finish siding it.
That's perfect. And it works out well that you have a little bit of stuff to do tomorrow before I can get started because I have to edit and I have to bake for Thanksgiving.
That's right. Oh, the holidays are here. Listen to Christmas music all day long. That was a huge help to get this done and keep motivated. So, trucking right along, I think the goats are going to be spoiled when they get here. Plenty of room. We'll put Herc's house in here, put some pallets in here, get some straw and all that good stuff, and they're going to be living the best goat life ever.
Absolutely.
With a roof over their head that will not come down on them, nor will the
All
rain.
thanks to you, babe.
Well, it was a team effort, but yeah. Well, yeah, all thanks to me until it falls, then all thanks to Shannon.
Oh, I see.
It's not going to fall.
I don't think it's going to fall.
I know it's not going to fall. This thing is sturdy. All right, feed me.
Okay, well, I'm going to take this guy to get something to eat because he has been working all day long.
Didn't even stop to eat.
Didn't even stop to eat.
That's my bad. Well, hopefully, guys, in the next video, this thing will be all done or really, really stinking close to it. Then Dad and I've got to work on the electric fence and we can get the goats out here.
We're so close, guys, so close.
Yeah, keep in mind, we have never done this before, so not making excuses. That's why it's taken so long, and we're gonna get there.
Absolutely.
Well, guys, we love and appreciate all of you, and we really, really hope that you had a wonderful Thanksgiving, or if you haven't had it yet, you have a wonderful Thanksgiving. A lot of things to be thankful for, ourselves included.
Absolutely.
And you guys are one of the top things.
Yeah. Don't forget to click the link below for the Olight discount code if you're interested in getting in on their Black Friday sales.
Yeah. Well, it goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. We are very thankful for you guys. Thank you so much for coming by. We love you. We appreciate you. And as always, we'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Bye.